a mi lado con gran indiferencia.
Mano arriba, ya llegó tu chacal, el que mueve el guacal. Perro pa' los nenes, perro pa' la...
Through the songs we grew up with, we learn how to love and how to desire. Today, we uncover what changed and why it matters.
Televisa presenta.
Stop it. How could you listen to that kind of music? It's so nasty
calm
and
down,
horrible.
man. What you talking about, man? Reggaeton is the best music you can hear in all your life, man.
You're wrong, son. In my times,
In Mexico, during the 50s to 70s, ranchera, bolero, and mambo filled the radios. Icons like Pedro Infante, José Alfredo Jiménez, and Los Panchos shaped the emotional identity of the country. Later, rock and roll arrived and transformed youth culture. By the 80s and 90s, pop, rock en español, ballads, grupera, and early Mexican rap dominated the scene. Groups like Maná, Caifanes, and Onda Vaselina became nationwide phenomenons.
Nah, man, my music is fire. Not like your music of bored and cheesy old men.
From the 50s to the 90s, love was idolized. Desire appeared only through metaphors like fire, moon, nine, and perfume, never directly. Sexuality had to remain symbolic. The roles were traditional, the suffering man and the pure woman. Music taught society how to love, how to behave, and what was acceptable.
Mexico was culturally conservative at the time. It was strongly influenced by Catholic morality. That shaped what could be sung publicly. You couldn't just talk about sex on your songs. It had to maintain certain decency. And obviously, metaphors were super important at the time because it allowed desire without making it too explicit, and most important of it all, without breaking religious expectations.
Well, in my case, from 2000 and 2010s, reggaeton exploded in Mexico, and like songs like Gasolina and Rakata became massive hits thanks to radio, clubs, YouTube, and MP3 players.
Reggaeton's roots are in Panama, where Caribbean workers brought Jamaican dancehall during the construction of the Panama Canal. Young people translated dancehall into Spanish, creating early Spanish reggae and dembow. Puerto Rico later developed el underground, a mix of hip-hop and reggae focused on social issue, marginalization, and urban life. It was censored, but its voice survived. Reggaeton came to Mexico through Veracruz. In the early 90s, DJs at the Disco Capecho took a risk by playing reggaeton, and the public loved it. Local groups like La Dinastía and Mr. Grillo grew the scene. In the 2000s, piracy, clubs, and online platforms made the genre spread across the whole country.
And today, reggaeton mixes with corridos tumbados, trap, pop, and artists like Bad Bunny, J Balvin, Natanael Cano, and Peso Pluma dominate playlists all over the country.
Since the 90s till today, Mexico, atheist, agnostic, and other population has been growing exponentially. So, as Mexico became more secular and over, music no longer had to follow religious rules. Explicit music became normal. Sexuality became visible. So, social media helped a lot to open the conversation to subjects that used to be a taboo.
Reggaeton uses explicit language about sex, desire, nightlife, and bodily autonomy. It's very different from the metaphors of the past. But it also amplifies new voices. Women declared their desire, LGBTQ representation, and expression of class, race, and identity that were invisible in older music.
but now that I remember, my music was also criticized in their time. For example, Ben Cerca of Julissa was catalogized to be very essential for young people, and for that was censorship in the radio. Then in the 70s, with the Rocky Ruedas Abandero Festival, it was catalogized by newspapers like a hippie orgy with drugs and sex. That yes, it has it, but that's not the topic. And also more in your time, the 90s. First, Juan Gabriel was criticized because his music was not appropriate to Bellas Artes. And then Molotov was censorship again by the radio because his music was first homophobic with the song of Puto, and then very sexual with the portrait of the album ¿Y qué van a jugar las niñas?
Oh, that's pretty interesting, man. So, music has always been controversial?
Now that I think it, yes, music has always been controversial in history because it tries to break paradigms, and obviously some people of the society won't accept this, like radio, newspapers, church. But with the pass of time, or with political changes and social changes, music had the opportunity of being more open with some topics. In this case, the sexuality, which is fine because it contributes to the talk about this among young people, which is fine. So there is no reason to be comparing the old music with the new one because all of it is a product of their time. Thanks a lot, Osmar, for making me change my mindset. See you.